3? Oh, I don't hear anyone. And I put it in the right way because it only fits one way. Okay. Yo, yo, yo. Nothing. I don't hear myself. I don't hear anybody. Come on, audio guy. Make sure it's plugged in all the way. I don't want to. That's definitely plugged. Mic check. Oh yeah. Can you turn me down, please? Yeah. It was on my end. So I'm really loud to myself. All right, that's better. There we go. Let me see if I can hear you.
You're
Yep. Bum, bum. I will say this is a little bit better setup than it's a little bit more comfortable than the couch.
nonsense.
Well, it's like I could put myself somewhere like kind of
Yeah,
set
we
up
actually have a
something to lean on.
foundation.
Yeah. What's up, baby Zay?
Oh, baby, Zay.
Oh,
I'm really hoping that we can get this thing up and rolling correctly because I'm missing my background.
is this
The
a new
only
mic?
thing I'm missing.
Is this a new mic or a new headphone?
What? No, I've had those.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I think I got the wrong one now.
yes. We're good. Okay, we're good.
Swag.
We got everything I need to see here. We are now finally set up again. I am on my computer. We are in a different spot location, but we're bringing you the same great storylines in football. We have missed a couple weeks, but we have not missed any time. We've been keeping up. We've been watching, and we have been participating. I definitely had a great time at the 49ers Cowboys game. Sorry,
Trash.
Zayden couldn't be there. Oh, yeah.
This is
After that game, Cowboys decided that they wanted to end their season. So I appreciate the 49ers for doing that to the Cowboys. Love that.
wasn't much
You know,
competition. I don't know if you should be proud of that win or not.
a dub's a dub, and whether you like it or not, we're all in the running right now in the NFC West. So I'm super excited because it looks crazy. Let's dive back into week 10, baby. We're going to be moving on into week 10. Yes, we were not here for week 9. I'm sorry. We are here for week 10 scores. Week 10, top 10 players, baby. We have some injuries. We have still injuries going on, midseason shit going on, firings, waiver wire pickups, and what's going on next week or this coming week with matchups. Let's double check. Did anyone see the Bengals Ravens?
Of course, and that
Did
game
anyone
made me
see
very
this
upset.
game going insane? Did anyone expect the Bengals to keep up, should I say?
Um, I didn't expect my boy Jamar Chase to put up 55 points, but the
I
first
don't think
game,
anyone did.
Yeah,
but I
ridiculous.
did expect it to be high scoring and tight because the first game of that or the first game of that series was just as electric as this one was.
Not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, I felt like this was a fight to the death, man. Watching these guys go at it again was like watching them prime. I mean, I feel like they definitely have players on both sides that could have stepped up a little bit more, especially defense wise. But I mean,
hmm
it don't matter. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, I definitely thought the Bengals would have been able to pull off that victory. Unfortunately, Ravens won, and so Bengals just sit a little bit further beyond the gun, but for whatever reason, do you feel like the Bengals season's cooked?
I wouldn't say it's cooked, but with Zach Taylor as your head coach, I mean, he's not a good coach.
Was he with the Colts for what? No.
No,
No. Okay.
no, we're not lucky enough to
Thought
have
there might have been.
a decent coach.
Oh,
As soon as I saw him say we're going for 2, I'm like, oh, they lost. It's like
But I mean, is that really a bad decision? Because,
terrible decision.
but with Lamar
going for
Jackson though,
two or
what? So you get into overtime and it's a coin flip, and if you let Lamar Jackson back on the field, it's probably cooked too. So
I definitely see where you're coming from, but bro, if you look at um, his record with going for two,
They had it. They had it
bro,
though.
he's
The play was there. It was
stat
there.
wise like one of the worst, and also like they missed like 3 calls on that play, which is
Insane.
atrocious.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's NFL. I mean, they're not going to call a fair game whether
Lamar
you like it or
Jackson
not.
called the refs from Kansas City. Said, "Hey, bro, could we get some help over here?" I know it was dumb. They come away with the victory by 1 point. I think that's awesome. Watching these teams kind of just squeak by. Panthers, Giants. Oh my god.
Dude, that's the worst thing we've ever done to Germany.
What? Well, I mean,
I didn't even. I totally
did
forgot
Germany
that they were playing.
deserve that? What did they do to deserve that?
A lot.
World War II,
And one.
and
So maybe they do
Jeez.
deserve that. That was hilarious.
Well, at least they got 17-20. At least it was a closer
And went
game.
into
It might have
OT.
been two
Yep.
It was
garbage squads
disgusting
that they thought
overtime
would be a
game.
lot better. I don't think
I
so.
really wish it was a tie. Just 17-17 would have been so
Would have been
funny.
crazy, yeah. Because then they both would have been just not taking a dub. They still would have been at 2.
Yeah, and that affects the first overall pick.
And Daniel Jones just continues to just amaze me of how terrible he is.
Yeah, just eating meat everywhere he goes. Just
Like I try not to ever watch Giants games because like they're actual ass. But
Tracy,
well, I have Malik Neighbors obviously, so I want to see how many times he doesn't throw him when he's wide open. And every time he's like sitting there wide open, just waiting for the ball. Danny Dimes is like, "Oh, there's Slayton covered by 3 people. Let's throw it to him."
Danny Cutlets.
Like, bro, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there's a few guarantees in this life: death, taxes, and Daniel Jones sucking ass
is now a part of.
is
So
part of a
sad.
guarantee. Yeah.
He's just like Dakota.
God, it
Y'all
must
paid
suck to
me,
be a Giants
bro.
fan.
Y'all paid
Dakota.
me.
Oh my
Gi- Dude,
I don't
Giants
know
used to
what's
be good. That was an Eli thing.
yeah.
Now,
They weren't even that good.
yeah,
They just got super lucky.
What's worse
they
being
knew how to win. They found a way to win games. They weren't
Yeah.
they weren't like on paper the best squad, but they found a way at the end of the game to get that W, and that was reason why they had those.
And they stopped the 19-0 run. Thank the Lord.
Oh, that's
Randy Moss never
insane.
got a ring because of them.
That's so sad too. Come to think of it, like for one not getting the undefeated streak, but then also like Randy Moss is one of like the best receivers known to man. Still,
Hmm.
just wasn't able. He just wrong place, wrong time, but like good plays. Just
I think Zay
wasn't
has something
able.
to say about that.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Zay wants to
Speaking of
say
that, the
helmet catch.
Pats. Where did the Pats come from? Why did the Pats they just come out of nowhere? And when the Bears started to like actually run through and maybe have like a better cycle of their offense, they just look like
Mm,
absolute dog water. It's just,
Was that you that had the Bears D?
huh?
Was that you that
I
had the
have the
Bears D?
Bears D on my bench, thank God.
Oh, you
you
have it
have
on the
Yeah,
two
bench. Okay.
defenses.
sometimes.
What?
I have two defenses.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It can make a difference. I mean,
No, it
if they
can't.
get 3 or 4 points, how many times have
10.
you lost or won by 3 or 4 points?
I lost by .2 this
Mm,
week, and I'm still upset because I should have had
damn,
Ricky
really?
Pierce all in.
Uh,
.2
I had Pearsall in my other league.
to
That
have
was funny.
the dub to go to hold my second place and be there. Yeah, I don't know what my standings are now. I have yet to look at my fantasy this Tuesday because I'm still in disbelief that I lost by .2 to like a dude that's like 7th place. But
Yeah, that's trash.
fantasy is a pain because of this. Like instead of having Rome, I could have had Ricky Pearsall in, and then I would have had those points. But for whatever reason, Bears just wanted to play atrocious. I also have Josh Downs in again. Still didn't want to really do anything.
Yeah, don't do that.
I just don't get it. I just I thought what's up with the
Somebody's
Colts,
here.
man?
Oh, it's Edgar. And can we I don't know, maybe not talk about the Colts ever again?
For
Well, why is Saleh not their defensive coordinator yet? That's
Because he's signed to Green Bay.
yeah,
yeah,
he's
but
at Green
he's
Bay.
a consultant on Green Bay. He's not. I mean,
He's an
Yeah,
offensive
he's an
consultant, which makes
offensive
no
which
sense to
yeah,
consultant,
me.
no
which is so
sense.
crazy.
But
What's up, dog?
Edgar
But yeah,
Velasco, our
basically
stats man,
just
coming in here in the side.
and broke something.
Baby just not happy. Well,
Yeah, I'm basically like over the Colts at this point.
I
Like
hate
the fact that we are
I
starting
hate to see that.
Joe Flacid, he's fucking what 58 years old. Noodle Armin, his first pass of the game was a pick six. It's kind of funny because I have the Bills defense in my other league, so I was like,
Oh, that
Sucks, but it
sucks.
also helps.
He said, "Do it again?" Question mark.
I mean, he did the next play. He threw another pick. His next pass was a pick.
He did. He was going to downs too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, man! Like
At-
that guy's
at-
getting me
At
points.
least Flacco doesn't tap out.
Dude, no.
Oh,
That's not even a thing anymore,
it's
bro.
really
No, I know,
interesting
but
because the coaching there now really has to like
Like,
dial it
we need to
in.
fire a coach. We need to fire a GM. Ursay needs to retire and give it
scorched
to his
earth.
daughters. Like, we need to just clean house 100%, like we should have done 3 years ago, but chose to just not do anything.
They should
Like,
have McAfee
I
there, man.
love Chris Ballard so much. He's a draft guru. He's finding gems in like the 8th round every single year, but he does not know what a free agent is. He doesn't know how to spend money. We had
You think that's his decision, or you think
it
that's
is
Jim
his decision. That's what a
Irsay's?
GM does.
Well, there's some organizations I mean, the
Ursay
owners.
wants to spend money.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's just
then I guess it does fall on a
at
GM.
this point, basically, I was always defending Ballard with everything because, like, oh, like he built a team around Andrew Luck, and then Andrew Luck retired, so it's not his fault. He's had what 5 years since then, and it's the same mediocrity every single year, if not worse. He lost the locker room last year. That's why no, 2 years ago. Sorry, that's why we had Jeff Saturday as our freaking coach for like half the season. Blew that up. We got Shane Steichen. He was good. Lost AR. And now we have everyone healthy, brought back the same team, and no one wants to play anymore. And we benched our future franchise QB. It's like I'm just done with it, man.
Because he tapped out, man.
No, that's not a thing.
Why did they bench him to watch Flacco?
Because we're in a win now mode, whatever the hell that means.
Isn't that what you want, though?
So
Don't you? I mean,
How are
isn't
we
that the
gonna
goal?
win now when no one wants to play?
Well, maybe no one wanted to play under.
yeah,
Who
well,
knows?
who
Under
doesn't want to
AR.
play?
No, that's
Who doesn't want to play?
basically all of our defense.
Well, I think that's a
Kenny Moore.
coaching problem
Whoa,
too.
That's what I'm saying. Fire the
Yeah.
coaches. Fire everyone.
Well, the defense is a coaching problem for sure.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's actually funny because last time I was on here, it's been like 3, maybe 4 weeks. I wanted Gus Bradley's head on a steak. He's the only coach I love right now. Our defense is playing great. That's the only person that has like a big chair position, like on the brass, if you want to say that, who's doing a good job now. Our offensive coach is awful. Just, I could just go off right now. I don't want to hurt Zayden's ears and mind. Yeah, I'm basically
it's okay. I
boycotting
mean,
the
he's a
Colts at
Niners
this
fan,
point.
so it's okay. I mean, I feel
It's unfortunate, misguided.
I'm a Warriors fan at this point. I'm done with it.
he said, "I'm back to basketball."
Yep,
I love that.
best team in the
And
West, baby.
You know,
And then when they fall, it'll be on the baseball and the Giants,
sheesh.
Who's in the fall?
the Warriors.
Oh,
When they
the
fall,
Lakers.
Ooh. Ooh, the trash talk has already
Lakers
begun.
are ass.
We love to see it. Vikings
Ass.
Jag. I really saw this game playing out completely different. I did not expect to see.
The game was so funny.
the-
Jacksonville sucks so much.
They
Oh
do.
man,
And I definitely thought the Vikings would have taken advantage of that team up and down the field, but for whatever reason, Ginger Jesus is looking a little tough there on the.
Sam Darnold is Mister Noodle Arm now. Like, bro, he was it 5-0, 6-0, one of those. He's terrible now.
Yeah, I don't know. You're seeded into something and I don't know if they're like trying to do adjustments or trying to pull out more from whatever they can with him, but like whatever you guys are doing is working. Don't fuck that up. Don't change it up.
Like
Don't do anything else.
like their offense should be better now too because they got Hawkinson back. Who got me like
wildly
19
you
points this
have
week?
you have Sam Darnold in every opportunity out there, and you got JJ.
Yeah,
If I
Sam
had
Darnold
played
has
some of that
regressed
guy.
to his old self.
Yeah, I know. With a team that's 7-2, you don't need to do that. But we'll see what happens. Again, it's against Jags. Like, so what does their future look like? It could look possibly even brighter. What really pissed me off, everyone knows,
Of
is
course,
the fucking. How do you block?
the
How do
blocked
you
field
have?
goal.
How you have every opportunity? There's the perfect opportunity for a uh, crazy victory over the returning Super Bowl champions, the undefeated Chiefs. You had to just kick it through the uprights. And for whatever reason,
Moody being
your
booty.
your O line ran out of gas at that very moment, and they ran you over. Special teams got ran over. I don't know if you guys saw that. Homie on that left side got ran over, put on his ass, and they blocked it. And I'm just like, you guys, one time where you gotta stand tall and y'all flopped. And you get to see Patty Mahomes run out there like a little schoolgirl. Bro, get this boy ankle snapped. Something. I don't
Oh my
know.
god.
Something.
The refs probably just offer every member of the O line, like,
Crazy.
I'll give you
Crazy.
100 grand right now. Just fall on your ass. Like, all right.
Crazy. They had it in the bag. I saw the biggest upset of this entire season go to waste from a block.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's great.
Chiefs remain 9-0. I don't know how I feel. I'm honestly like it doesn't matter because you could still lose at the very end. You could still lose. It doesn't matter.
Of course.
But they're on this 9-0 run, and honestly, it's kind of wild to see these guys just keep winning.
It's just not great to see that
And the last game that they won was losing, or well, not losing, but had an opportunity to lose and blocked punt, and they stayed alive. The one thing that does not happen often. That does not happen that often.
But but
And
but of course, the one time it
the
does
one
happen to you,
time the Chiefs need a
Chiefs.
block punt, it happens. Crazy,
It's
man.
great.
Crazy. Falcon Saints. The Aints come up with a dub. Is this weird?
Very weird.
Is this weird?
I mean, it's Kirk Cousins, man. He's going to be like,
You
you
know,
like that, or just like, ooh, I don't like that.
yeah, that's another thing that
Gross.
I was thinking about that too, because as much as the Falcons are solidified, they are still very new and fresh. That coaching, I know you got a QB in there that's a veteran QB, but you got some rookies around you. You don't have anything like too solidified, and the fact that as a squad they're doing pretty solid. But the Aints coming through with a disastrous middle part to their like beginning half to their season being like just insane. Derek Carr coming back
You had freaking Marquez Valdez Scantling, whoever the hell that guy is, just be in a retirement home, has 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like,
insane.
They put up
And
like
again,
25
he's not
points.
wrong. Put him in a retirement home, but Scantling coming out of nowhere.
anyone who wants to pick him up in fantasy, please don't.
I was
it's,
literally
it's
thinking
not
about
going to work out for you.
putting I was literally gonna think about putting him on there, but I was like, that's a
No.
one time go and show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll eat my words next week if he proves me wrong, but I'm probably not going to be wrong about that one.
Hey, you know what I messed up on? I should have had Ricky Pearsall in, and honestly, the Bucks should have lost by like 30.
Your kicker's so good.
Yeah, I still have that bet. We still have that bet going down in December.
Every time he missed a kick, I was just
Son of a-
laughing. I was like, bro, like,
Yeah,
you
I
have
have not
one job.
practiced that whatsoever. It's insane.
And what you drinking over there? Yeah. Trying to sneak it over here.
Tell you what, though, watching the Niners squeak by with this makes me happy because, I mean, if they would have had to go to OT, I think it would have been crazy and kind of funny for the Bucks to have a second game in a row. Having to go to OT down to the wire like that, and that's tough too. But can we just acknowledge Baker's holding off of the
Thanks, sir.
Bosa just to make a pass? Like
Bro, that was
he a
nutty.
one-armed like a bear to hold him off and make and complete throw and complete a pass. I was like, give that man an award. That is insane. Also, part of me is like, why don't you jump on him? Like, jump on this man's back.
It's
Like,
because they both voted for Trump, so they didn't want to hurt him.
Yeah, I did see that.
I'm
Dude,
dead.
it's two white guys who voted for Trump,
Understandable. That's
so
understandable.
he didn't want to tackle him.
He said,
I
you
feel
guys are
bad.
kind of friends, but it's just one of those things.
They gave each other that look like, you good? No,
Yeah.
okay, I'll let you throw.
Oh, dang. He said, but I'm going to hold on to that arm.
Yeah.
Make it look like I'm doing something.
I know.
Give
What
him
is
a little
it?
dap on the back. Like,
WWE
good throw.
status over here right now. He said, "All right, I got
It was
you. I
in the
got
script.
you." It was in the script.
So in one of the leagues I have McCaffrey in, I think I lost by 4 points. And
Oh,
if they would have given McCaffrey one touchdown, it would have been enough. One
yeah.
touchdown.
I
Really,
mean,
guys?
but you gotta watch out for his play. I mean, obviously he's gonna be back in it, and you want a fresh McCaffrey for the second half of the season. So if you keep him fresh, make sure everything's okay, and then I feel like the Niners are gonna be able. I mean, obviously they're already putting the numbers. They're like, the Niners are so much better with Christian McCaffrey back. Everything's opened up. Look how good the Niners are gonna be as long as they don't miss. Oh, you beat him? Yes. Edgar beat the number one, and I lost by 0.2, bro. I lost by 0.2. Can you believe that? So I would have actually been closer to first place. But since Edgar did take down the first place guy, I'm feeling a little okay. Speaking of taking down some first place guys, Steelers, man. What's going on with the Steelers? They are holding hard with Russell Wilson. They're holding hard with,
Russell Wilson's back, baby.
killing it right now. And the
He
Commanders just losing.
to me, he never
Just
left. I
losing.
think the 2 years he was in Denver, I mean, anybody would suck with first season.
Well,
Nathaniel Hackett.
Mix is almost good. They almost defeated the
No,
reigning
but I'm
champions. What do you
talking
mean?
that first season. It was a first year
Sorry,
head
buddy. I
coach who was
know.
ass, and then the next year you get a coach that didn't even want Russell Wilson, so he was like set up in the worst two situations he could be in.
Yeah.
He gets in with a legendary coach, and moonballs are back, baby. I love seeing
Oh
moonballs.
man,
Moonballs are the
are you
best.
talking
I
about?
missed.
Are you talking about like Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin, man. You know,
Brandon
it's
Ayuk in disguise.
interesting. Interesting enough. What'd you say?
It's Brandon Ayuk in
I'm
disguise.
dead. Interesting enough. I I don't know. I'm not worried, but like, but do you think the Steelers have an opportunity in the AL? Do you think
in the
the
AL.
Steelers
I mean,
are
they always do, in my opinion. Mike
I don't
Tomlin's a
think they're
great
in the
coach.
AL.
the
I mean, there's a Pittsburgh. Well, no,
Yeah,
actually, no, they're
I
in
was
the
gonna
NL
say,
too.
We,
but
we know what he means.
Just busting his balls.
AF
Controversy though.
as fuck.
That fourth down was definitely picked up. That was a conversion on that fourth down play.
God, try not to destroy everything, guys. Oh yeah,
Oh, for sure, bro. I was watching that. They show all the angles and like he catches it on the line and his knee's not down and moves it like say 6 inches across the point where they need the first down and then his knees down and they touch him. Like that's a for sure first down. They're like call stands. It's like okay.
that's wild. I think
There's always controversy in every like crazy ending, but it's just so annoying at this point.
I love how he's just all like, we'll never know.
It's like we did know there's a replay. That's why we need a freaking GPS tracker in the football.
Oh,
Been
that's
saying that for
interesting.
years.
Well, the Hawkeye system, and you saw how long that took, and they canked that. Like,
That's because the refs couldn't rig it as well anymore.
That makes sense.
oh
I
yeah,
can see it.
because they'd be like, you know what, the Chiefs will never win a Super Bowl if the refs can't rig it.
Like, wait, we
Yeah.
know Patrick Mahomes won't win now. We can't have that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, rounding off one of our weirdest games,
Gross.
Titans Chargers.
Gross.
I honestly, again, I just what is this team gonna just go off to die? What's going on? I need Tony Pollard to just get some touches. Like I don't care about the rest. Like as long as he's just getting TDs, make sure that guy is working for me for fantasy. That's about it, man. Chargers though, on the other side,
Are they
got some
legit?
squad players.
Chargers?
Yeah.
Who have they legitimately beaten that isn't ass?
I was gonna say,
Well, I mean,
I
it's not your fault. Your division
no,
is ass.
I'm just curious because I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know if they've really played. I mean, I think they've had a couple division games.
I think
but
they
They keep
are
beating the freaking. Isn't the
not
Raiders
getting
in
their
that
way
division?
there.
the
They
Raiders,
are.
yeah,
Raiders,
Broncos,
Raiders,
Broncos,
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Have they played the Chiefs yet?
once.
I think they have. I think pretty
Definitely
sure it's
lost
one of
that.
theirs. One of their Well, it doesn't matter. Chiefs
Well,
are
I'm not
taking.
saying they're going to win the division.
It
but
looks
I
like
think
Chiefs are they're taking the division and first place right now. So we'll see what happens.
Mhm.
If the playoffs started right now, fucking this was the funniest, and I love seeing this happen. Let's talk about it. Jets. Jets. Jets.
Trash.
Fucking sad.
the Packers retirement home is what the fucking Jets are.
I think,
It's great, dude.
oh my God. I think they literally are just like, do we have some free money? Let's see if we can give it to Aaron Rodgers. And
It would not
who else
surprise
do
me
you
if they
want to pay
signed.
to get retired here from the Jets?
They're gonna get Eddie Lacy back right now. He's probably like 400 pounds.
And they're probably going to bring back Bakhtiari too. I mean, like I said,
Oh my God. Eddie
Nice.
Lacy. Bro. No
Hey, he was a beast for
way.
2 years, then he just got like morbidly obese.
Yeah, what the hell does that look like? Especially at that Jets off. So what's the problem? Is it the defense? I think it's the defense. Cardinals came in, Kyler Murray, lawn ornament, Kyler Murray, Oompa Loompa
You can
came
say it's
in.
the defense's fault, but when you put up 6 points for the whole game, it's kind of your offense's fault too.
And what's
I'd
weird
probably
about
say
it
it's
is
the
the
offense
Cardinals have
before
been
it's the
able to pull
defense.
their D together as well, at least for the past 3
Maybe
games
because
that
you
I've
fired your
seen.
defensive head coach.
They're
These
like, we're
Jets
gonna
are just poverty.
Well, I did see they had the first week without Salah, they had their worst defensive game ever and had terrible
I
defensive
wonder
sense.
they
why.
had
Yeah,
because he
exactly,
had
right? Like,
no voice. They
oh
had
no shit, huh?
no clue what the fuck they were doing. They're like, oh
It's
yeah,
funny.
my PC is plugged in. It says you might want to plug in your PC. I was
No,
like,
that's
oh,
fine.
sheesh. Okay, aside from the atrocious play between the Jets, let's talk about them Cowboys.
I hate the Eagles so
How
much, but
about
I hate
them
the Cowboys more.
Cowboys? Jalen Hurts went off for fantasy for me. I very much appreciate it because I needed that. I still lost by 2, which is bull, and it is what it is. But man, did he put the Cowboys in their place. And damn sure the Cowboy season is over. Dak Prescott, Dakota, is no longer returning to the football field this season with a hamstring injury. Again,
If I played for that team, I'd have a hamstring torn. I'm like,
we
just tear it.
love
You know
to
what?
see
Go in
that.
there and just tear it from me, so I
Don't
can
do
see
that.
that.
I've seen
What?
Lamb.
What does
I need him to get 30 targets every single game now.
What does that
That's not
say
gonna
about
happen with Cooper.
CD? Exactly.
Put Trey Lance back in. Have him throw picks. At least he throws the damn ball past 2 yards.
You're not wrong, and I'm really wondering what they should do. I think you should keep Cooper Rush off the field, and you should definitely get some sort of trade value for Trey Lance. Like you need
That's
to
not going to happen.
figure out.
Nobody wants Trey Lance.
That's because
He's proven that he's not that good.
reps. Well, get him some reps. It's not like you're gonna win games. What are you gonna do? Put Cooper Rush in there and just pray to God that you guys don't have a. You're already 3-6. Your season is already,
Gone.
so you need to try to sum up 3 more wins to try to like finish the season even. Otherwise, well, I don't think McCarthy's coming back.
Oh,
I mean,
the fact that he's not fired now is just mind-boggling.
yeah, you have mid-season firings and shit like that is going crazy, especially for squads that might need people. But
The only thing that's going to help the Cowboys is firing Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones dying.
Selling the team, get it out of the Jones family entirely. So
Like,
just
I
like
know it sounds so awful, but like Jerry Jones is the cancer for the Cowboys.
at one
It's
point,
actually comical.
what he was doing made sense because it was
Yeah, in
his
the
time and
90s.
his era. And now he has to like let someone else do it or let it go. Because I don't know what kind of bull that he's trying to tell people or he's trying to put in that locker room.
He's a bug-eyed
But
creep.
he is not. He's not getting. There's no atmosphere in that locker room. I guarantee it. There's guys
Great.
going out on a squad getting paid.
It's fire.
Crazy. You know what was the most fire game of the week? Lions Texans. I had not seen Jared Goff go so insanely amazing in 6 games straight. No one has. Jared Goff had damn near 90% completion. It's like 84, 90% completion rate in the past 6 games. Disgustingly accurate. Comes in to
Be-
Houston
and becomes first starts it off with Jared Goof for sure.
and he gets like 5 INTs. I think he had 4 or 5
It was
picks.
He had
5.
5.
He had
5.
the like worst throwing game of his
Said
career.
Jared Goof.
He should have been throwing the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown way more often than he was instead of Sam Laporta because now Laporta has his like shoulder injury.
Nice.
So it's like, but to come back because they were getting toasted by the Texans in the beginning, to come back and win by a field goal, which, again, I hate the fact that it happened because if Amon-Ra would have got one more touchdown, which he would have had, it was right there. They were about to give it to him. It was right there. Maybe that was Hill. I don't know. He was right there. Anywho, the 3 points by Bate made me lose. Those 3 points of that, because I had Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he had the kicker, and I was down some points, and all he needed to do was get some more balls. Like, Amon-Ra just needed to catch, like, one more ball, and I would have won. Got 2 more yards, and I would have won. But that 3-point kick is what got me and gave me my L.
Someone actually has Bates on their team.
And that's
you
how
lose
that's
because
how
of
the
it.
Texans, and that's how the Texans got their L.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I think the Lions put up 19 straight points to the Texans 0 in
The
that
Texans
second
got
half.
shut out in the second half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to
wild.
see it.
Nowhere close to
I bet
Love
you
to
do
see
as a
it.
Colts a Colts fan, of course you do.
And then a miss. Well, they had the missed field goals too. So many missed field goals.
Which was not like Fairbairn. He's been pretty automatic.
He's been pretty good.
Yeah.
It was wild to watch. And the Monday night game everyone saw yesterday.
Gross.
I didn't watch it at all.
It's pretty disgusting.
It really wasn't much. Yeah, Rams did not look like the Rams at all.
Who won that game?
The
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Oh, nice.
23-15.
That's what I like to hear.
Of all the
Fins
teams,
up, baby.
of all the Miami teams, Dolphins had to hold it off and keep that dub. I am very impressed because I honestly want the Niners to win this division. So obviously we need the Rams to lose. No offense to Corey, but like Tyreek started to put up some points. Love it. I got Tyreek. Cooper Kupp on the other side of the ball also putting up some points. Love to see that. Puka Nacua getting a little bit injured again. Yeesh. Don't like to really see it. Man, Stafford kind of looking a little ugly in the pocket there too. The O-line not having enough time to hold. The D not looking good as well. And all in all, man, we'll see how the middle of the Rams season looks. But 4-5 for them doesn't feel good. But I feel like they're happy to be where they're at.
Still have a dub over the Niners.
Still here. Anywho, speaking of that, we have our top 10 players, baby.
Chase is for
Yeah,
sure
I wonder
number 1.
who's number 1.
Jamar fucking Chase.
Sitting at number 10 at least. Let's talk about my boyfriend, Brock Purdy.
Gross.
Brock Purdy had a hell of a game. 25 for 36. I feel like not a lot of those are his fault, but some of them were definitely his fault. 350 yards, 2 TDs. He rushed 4 times, 17 yards. Boy, is he the quarterback the Niners needed, man. I'm just saying, this guy, I'm telling you, that guy is doing nothing but learning, and he's getting better by every game. I don't think he's getting worse. I think he is, learning with the system and doing as best he can to just try to win games.
Did you see the drama between Debo and the kicker?
Oh, that was wild. I didn't really look into too much.
Right?
Yeah, that was a long snapper. I didn't really look at too much more information into that whole disagreement, but
He's probably mad because he sucks.
it was something about like being heated with stuff, and I think it's crazy
After
how
his third miss, he's like, "Bro, why are you on this team?"
Debo just
I think a lot of people said he overstepped.
because Debo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm because shot the guy in the throat.
Yeah.
Like
oh my god.
all I see is Debo's hand at this dude's throat, and then like smacks Moody in the mouth, low key, like coming across, like not giving a shit what like his body is doing. Like I'm like, okay, well it's obvious that Debo's heated in a position where it's tough. They went down the field 3 different times, right? It takes a lot out of you to move that ball down the field, getting hit, getting hurt, and to squeak away with 3, damn. But to squeak away with nothing.
Imagine if he missed the game winner. Debo just goes and
Fucking
kicks him in the face.
Beat someone, bro. Because they would have had to go back on that field. Or maybe even not. Baker would have had the ball. And and they would have lost. So, I mean, yeah, they got to be careful because if they start to unwind, especially like people like Debo, who is a captain on the squad, then it's not going to look good. Juba Hubbard, man, sticking in there, just putting up some fantasy points. That's the only reason why he's around, bro. He is putting up fantasy points, hoping to go to a different squad, maybe.
Wasn't he that said, "Hey, he'll be good for one more week," and then Jonathan Brooks comes in? Yeah.
As soon as they activate Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah.
which is I believe this week, because they activated him off the IR last week, and they needed one more week for his reps. So
That's what you said like 3 weeks ago.
Do you think he'll split the
no,
back?
because they activated him last week.
No, but we were talking.
Now, I remember
Yeah.
saying that, but
Yeah.
like they didn't confirm it activated. I told you when they activate him, he'll be splitting the reps.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird that
So
they
they-
signed
so they
that
are
big
gonna split.
extension to Hubbard like right after they just drafted a running back in the first round.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
It's
Yeah,
like
I wonder how much. I mean,
Maybe
does-
that's their
does
goal to
they're
build
trying
it
to
but
be
does
like
around
the
him.
Chuba Hubbard
Lions.
only maybe have a couple more years? I mean, if he only has a couple more years in the league, I could see why they drafted.
It was like a 3-year
Jonathan.
contract, right?
Yeah,
3 year, like 60 something.
definitely no more than 4 for sure.
Yeah, yeah. They're gonna try and be like the Lions because Brooks is fast, and then Hubbard's more like I'll run through you.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Your
Brooks can
Gibbs,
be like the Gibbs.
Montgomery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
the
pair. I mean, but you still.
Sonic
I mean,
and
that's
Knuckles
that's your
2.0.
that's your prey, right? So that way you can open up a pass game for your shitty quarterback. You know,
yep.
that's the goal for maybe next year. But for now, Chuba Hubbard's getting us 24.9 points.
Mm-hmm.
For an RB, we love to see it,
Chuba
baby.
Hubbard's young too. So
Problem,
it's
it doesn't
interesting that they
happen very
did that.
often. Calvin Ridley happens. It's not that often either, but 84, 5 receptions, 2 TDs. 5 for 9, that's crazy too. 25.4 points. We'll take it. Here's another one doesn't happen often. Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Touched on it a little bit earlier.
2 touchdowns, 3 receptions. That's the crazy thing. For 109 yards. When I was putting in this, I go, he had 3 receptions. That's all. 3 for 3. 2 tutties. And 109 yards?
Anyone want to do the math on how many yards per reception that is?
33. No, I'm wrong.
Give or take. Maybe it's 99 and then plus another 10. So, yeah.
Correct.
So let's go with like 95, 35 words, whatever.
It's like the freaking Thanksgiving Randy Moss game. 3 catches, 130 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Crazy, crazy. It's got short words. Got to round off with our favorite, Kyler Murray. 266 yards, 22 receptions, 3 TDs himself. One of them he ran in himself. 28.74 points. Kyler Murray looking like a solid quarterback for fantasy again.
Looks like a pissed off 8th grader.
I wonder if he's mad that he
Hey, our
couldn't
lawn
play the new
ornament.
Call of Duty 6.
Our lawn ornament, bro. Oh, yeah. No, he can't play for a while. He's not going to be able to do the Easter eggs until they release, the post version of how to do the Easter eggs. Poor guy.
Sucks.
But our top 5 players, of course, you guys see Jamar Chase up the top, looking around going, man, why can't I get a better contract? Anywho, Bijan Robinson right here at the very bottom with 144 yards, 2 receptions, 2 TDs, 20 rushes, 116 yards for those 20 rushes, 29.4. Bijan is been there. He is staying around the top of that list of top 10 players. I feel like Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrows are also QBs that kind of stay in that top 10 list as best they can. Lamar more than Joe. Jalen more than Joe, I would say as well. But rounding off with Jalen, man. What a game he had. He had an INT, but he had the 4 TDs, 2 of them himself, 14 receptions, 202 yards, almost 30 points right there. Lamar and Joe went neck and neck, shot for shot, with 25 and 33 with his catch attempt. Really surprising. He only got like 32 yards for his 7 rushes. I'm missing a 2 there, but he did get more than 3 yards. His 4 tutties, one of them was himself, 25 receptions, 290 yards. But Joe Burrows was throwing this ball everywhere, 428 yards.
Everywhere. I mean, he just throwing to Jamar Chase. He had 11 receptions, 205 yards.
The
I don't think he's
75-yard
necessarily.
touchdown was
Well,
hilarious.
there
don't think
were
he's throwing
11,
everywhere.
that gone to Lamar. Well, 17 if you want to count the attempts made towards him. But rounding it off, man, 264 yards. That is a game for a 264 yards for a wide receiver.
He's
11
tied with Jerry
receptions.
Rice now. Most games over 250.
Yeah.
And 3 tutties.
3 tutties right there for 11. Man, that was an insane game back and forth. I mean, I love to see that. I love to see that squad do it again. Maybe in the big game, because someone
Yeah.
needs. I don't know. Someone needs to not have the KC.
Imagine being the guy that has to play him, and that happens on Thursday, 2 days before Sunday.
Dude, someone
You
in my other league
know,
had Burrow and Chase stacked. He had 89 points on Thursday from 2 players.
well, I could have done that too because I didn't play him, but I had Chase Brown, so I could have had about 80
Yeah,
points.
I saw Brown was on your bench. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, he's going off
Ooh,
too.
things to
I
think
wasn't
about
expecting
too
him
with
to go off
kickers.
because
Chase Brown's good.
I respect the Baltimore D,
You
but
shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
get
Not
yeah, I guess
anymore.
yeah, not anymore.
You should have before, but not anymore. Matt Prater coming off of IR maybe around November 24th, 4th. I don't know. Well, if you're looking at kickers, because obviously kickers are dime a dozen. They get very difficult to play with when you obviously have some that are getting injured and then coming back in and then missing 3 in a row. It's stuff like that that gets wild. We were talking about some injuries earlier, but Amari Cooper being a little bit of questionable. You think that's gonna
Oh,
be? You think that's gonna be a thing that he's gonna be out for the next game? Dalton Kincaid too, as well, with his questionable knee injury. Do you think that's also gonna be an issue?
I think he came back in, played a few snaps, then went back out. So that is something to watch, especially since I have him in my other league, which really sucks. But oh, I have Hawkinson. I drafted him and just kept him on IR the entire year. So now that he's active, I don't care about Kincaid. Hawkinson's looking good, bro. I'm happy with that.
What if you're looking at some Adam Thielen, huh? Adam
Nope.
Thielen's still looking questionable, looking a
Retirement home.
little wild.
Eating
Hey, he's
oatmeal every
I
morning.
would never get a
still getting those
Carolina
touches.
Panther receiver.
Nope.
Sorry, no matter how good his history's been or how no.
Fair. T. Higgins quadricep questionable. Ooh.
That man's pissing me off. I swear he's been on my bench for 4 weeks because he won't want to play.
Yeah, it looks like there's a possibility of this man maybe coming back. But yeah, that's really tough.
I heard they were going to trade him a month ago, and that's where this injury started. So I think he's just being
Well,
like, "Oh yeah, don't
now
trade me.
yeah, now
I'm
he has
injured."
nothing that can go on. There's nothing that you could possibly do.
And
So
it was a injury from practice too. It wasn't even in a game. It's like,
we gotta
bro, what are
love
you
those,
doing?
huh? So one thing to really think about, which is super funny, is Dak Prescott being out. Gotta love that. Till February 10th.
Yeah, hamstring surgery. He's done.
We love it. We love it. Love to see that we do not have any CD Lamb, so he's not faking an injury right now to try to stay off the field. So that's good
Mm-hmm.
because it's definitely tough with that man. Sam Laporta with his shoulder, I think he'll still kind of come back into the play. How detrimental is having a solid tight end like and losing one? Let's say such as Sam Laporta, who put up numbers and a touchdown and a
Yeah,
touchdown
this was
for you.
his second game of the entire season that he's actually had like a big opportunity in the
I want to
offense.
say it's like a third.
Yeah, something like that. All I know is that anyone who had him was pissed the first like 2 months of the season.
Me still being upset that Stephon Diggs is questionable for the rest of the
Questionable.
season.
No,
He's done.
yeah,
I
he's
know.
done. I was about to say.
Nico Collins sitting there with his hamstring.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. If you do
I
have
need
him,
him back so bad.
yeah, I was gonna say if you do have him, think about that
I
as
had such a great team. Then like half my team got injured within a week. It's like great.
Michael Pittman Jr. having issues torso back.
Yeah, he
Interesting.
should honestly just rest up and heal up for next year, bro.
You think so?
He's having very bad back problems that might require surgery. He was gonna go on the IR and he's just puffing through it, and then it got too bad. It's like, dude, just chill.
I think
Just
Bigsby
like,
having an issue with his ankle. That's interesting. Even
yeah,
Trevor Lawrence having a shoulder AC issue.
freaking
Interesting as
Mac Jones
well.
bag of milk was their QB, which is funny. I forgot he was even in the league still when I saw Mac Jones throwing that ball around.
I believe it. I'm really hoping because there had been some news, but he's still on IR, and that is Isaiah Pacheco because homie is waiting.
They're
And
activating him this week, they said.
I don't think he'll get too many reps, but yeah, he is being activated. Juju Smith-Schuster's kind of still sitting there with his questionable hamstring. We'll see if he tries to play that out. I feel like it doesn't matter right now with the receiving core that they've been, especially with having D Hop in there. So I think Juju's cool to sit this one out. I think I'll be excited when Pacheco comes back in. 'Cause he's definitely going to be one that I got sitting back there in my back pocket. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Obviously, no one cares about Vegas because they have nothing left to offer.
Hey, Brock Bowers is still good.
You're not wrong, but Brock Bowers is not injured.
Exactly.
So we're still okay with
He's the
everything
only
going
person
on
that's
there.
worth fantasy on that team.
You're not wrong. Everyone else looking pretty solid as well. And we love to see Tua not on the IR list as well.
Incoming concussion.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't put that out.
His 18th in 5 years.
Wild thinking about it, too, how he went head first into one of the players, trying to stop something. Also, an injury to think about, Aaron Jones. Will he be coming back? I feel like just with that rib injury, he should be coming back. But if he misses a week, how does that look?
He'll be fine.
I think so too. He should be okay. Going back into it, guys, we have some of our wire wire ideas. Bo Nix, baby. What if you need a quarterback? You had Dacky Dak. You're not getting anyone else. You're kind of desperate. You got some buys coming up. I need some Bo Nix. Or why do I always say that? I need some Bo Nix.
And Bo Nix is good. He has rushing upside too.
He does.
A little bit of Drake May.
The
On
only
a
scary
very
position about it maybe is those INTs or those
of course.
fumbles because apparently they're having a hard time with snapping the ball correctly. I saw that a lot too in the LA game. That was wild. Speaking of LA, Justin Herbert making some fantasy points as well.
I think
In
he'd be a better waiver wire pickup than Bo Nix.
think so?
Yeah.
In 47 leagues or
Herbert's
47%
always
of
injured
leagues.
though. That's the only thing about him. He's always injured.
Yeah. So you do run that
Some
risk.
Justin Herbert. Some Justin Herbert's always injured.
Yeah. He always has something.
I feel like John Harbaugh's got a little bit of magic right there, a little butt rub, peep touch, and he's good to go. I feel like he's got that magic touch. He's a love doctor.
Nice.
Let's estimate how to say this name. Audric? No?
I just want to hear you say it.
How do you say it?
I just want to hear you
Is
say
that how you say it?
Estime?
Estimi?
No.
Estame?
Estime.
Estame?
Not,
Audric Estame?
why you putting the Mexicano?
Does anyone
Estame?
want to say it? Can y'all say it?
Estime.
Nope.
Yeah.
Estame. A running back that got very, very high touches for Denver. He's in 1.1% of leagues.
Yeah.
Hoping
Was that McLaughlin?
the possibility of Homie becoming more of a back in the future.
He's gonna go crazy next year.
And that's what's wild to think about is whether he'll get the reps to start this year or whether it'll be something that will be picked up a little bit later. Estame.
Oh.
As a RB. Something to think about. Also in Denver.
He was a beast at Notre Dame in college, so it wouldn't surprise me if he breaks out at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be fun to watch. Ricky Pearsall as well. I failed to take my own advice from last week. I should have put Ricky Pearsall in. He got his first touchdown. He got some extra fantasy points, came up to about 14 or 17 points. Love to see it. If he's still there. BA is out. I know they have a lot of weapons. Kittle is not going to be that much of the go-to, but he will still be available. And you're going to need a route man. You're going to need a slot. I know JJ is that third down guy, but you're going to need some 1 and 2s, and you're going to hope that Ricky is going to be that guy. I mean, Brock Purdy's very good at hitting his reads, so if Ricky's on it with both, his get off, his cuts, or just finding open space, getting his hands on those balls instead of, Ronnie Bell dropping all those passes. I feel like it's going to be good this season for Ricky Pearsall. Yeah,
Hopefully, catching more balls than bullets.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, he's got a TD, so.
Oh.
Another running back, Jalen Warren, Pittsburgh. Do you think he will get a little bit more shared opportunity for some running room?
I don't like that backfield just because there's Najee Harris, there's obviously Warren, and then Cordell Patterson as well. It's like you never know who's going to touch the ball, and I feel like Najee Harris is like solidified as the number one spot. So as long as you don't see like a major injury in that backfield, I personally wouldn't pick him up. But you never know. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
Are you talking about picking up Najee?
No, Warren.
No,
Oh, Warren.
Warren. Yeah, it's just weird the way that
Yeah,
they play
I
their
would stay away
offense
from that.
too. It's really tough.
So I think not, especially in with Russell Wilson. I think Najee is definitely the
Because he would,
solidified
yeah,
number
because
one.
I feel like he'd just be your
'Cause
workhorse to open
Mr.
up
Check down
your,
pass.
yeah,
Just-
yeah, exactly. So, as a potential holding on a second, this RB2 looking at Jalen Warren, maybe you're desperate. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I
Maybe you
guess.
need those 0.2 points. Because Justice Hill got you -2 yards and is just blocking the
I
entire
mean, I
game.
guess if you're in a
I don't
deep
know why you have him.
league and you really, really need someone, I guess. I mean, he wouldn't. I
Yep.
guess he wouldn't be a bad.
Quentin Johnson is one as well to kind of look at, especially if you're in that 10 to 12 man. Getting this man as a wide receiver could potentially take you to a different level with a flex position, mind you. Maybe you got some good 1 and 2s as a good flex position. Johnson might be there to help you, especially coming up on games, where they do not have good secondaries. Looking at his, who has he got to play? His divisional matchups. They got good secondaries. You got Vegas. You got Denver. We're not going to talk about Kansas City because obviously,
Boo.
oh,
Mm.
but they could still be torched. And I'm telling you,
Yeah.
there are ways around it.
I would honestly do like Quentin Johnston slash Lad McConkey because McConkey is still really good too. And was it 2 weeks ago he had like 26 points or some
Still, the
crap like
fact
that?
I
that
picked
if
him up.
he would not been picked up would be wild.
I picked him up in a league that was deep, right? The week before, or the week during, where he went off for 26 points, and I was like, "What a great!" And I was able to put him in and went off. I was like, "I love this." So he's definitely available in deep leagues.
He said the one time that it worked, it worked. I love that. Let's look at some of the matchups that are actually going to follow through with this next week. Thursday night football, Commanders, Eagles. 7-2 Eagles. They were asking for Nick Sirianni's head. We talked about this
Yeah, that's
earlier in the
Philadelphia,
year
though.
on how
You-
Philadelphia and that whole locker room was just like, they're 7-2. They're actually in a better standings than the Commanders because they're 7-3. Look at that shit. I'm just that blows my goddamn mind. But I will have me some Philly. I will have me some Jalen Hurts. So I do need to see them play very well at home. So I'm gonna expect to be watching a good game. I don't know.
Do you have Jalen in one of your leagues?
No.
Oh.
Jaden Daniels is going to give me 50 points this week.
Oh, okay, pal.
That's your goal?
Okay.
No,
And then
he
and
just
then he
needs to give
wakes up.
me at least 30. That'd be fire.
That'd be fire. That'd be
He's
wild.
gonna take a rib shot and
This
be
man
down
got
for the
me
game.
8 points this week. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, what happened? You were giving me
Yeah.
like 25 every week, and now you're giving me like 12. Here's 8 points. Like, please.
This is one.
I need it.
Hopefully, Jay Daniels listening to this podcast.
Oh, he's in the chat right now.
That's him. He goes, I got you, bro. I got you, B Weeks.
He just chooses not to play now.
At
He
all.
goes, you know what? This nobody podcast.
Fakes
You know, I'm
rib
gonna
injury. Damn. That's
maybe take some
crazy.
load management. Take that out of the NBA's playbook. You know?
He was just tired.
I see it. This is the one that I don't like. Packers at Bears, because I really want the Bears to start playing better, but I just don't
The
have the
Bears.
faith right now. And the Packers do not want to lose.
He's one of the biggest rivalries in the history of the NFL, too.
And the oldest, one of the oldest
Yeah.
too.
So maybe it might get a little bit better than I expect. But honestly, I see the Packers coming in here just shitting on the Bears low key.
We'll see.
But they do have to go to Soldier Field, so
I wish it was going to be snowing. That'd be fun.
that would be awesome.
Can't wait for the first snow game.
Here, the 2-8 Jags
Mm.
gotta go over to the 8-1 Lions. That is not looking
It's
good.
gonna be some great football.
You know,
7-1.
I'm really hoping that
high class football.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is gonna get the ball all the time. Just give it to Amon-Ra and torch these guys.
I think the Colts play the Lions next week. So as long as the Jags injure everyone on the team, that'll be awesome.
I could see that not happening, but I could see the
see that not
Raiders.
happening.
I could see the Raiders somehow taking down the Dolphins in some weird elaborate plan to win.
Brock Bowers,
Would be wild.
15 touchdowns.
2-7 Raiders travel to Miami to play the 3-6 Dolphins. Interesting the way that both of those squads can end up walking away from that. Either way, we need our guys to do some work. So if you got some Tua, you got some Hill, you got some Brock, you're hoping that they're going to get some points. LA Patriots. Obviously, you cannot predict anything with the Patriots anymore. You think they're going to be canned and not play any kind of football at all, and here they come on offense and defense showing you what's up.
All aboard the
LA.
Mayflower.
All aboard the
Ew.
Mayflower.
Ew.
The
No,
Drake
I
Mayflower.
don't like that one.
We will never use that again. The 4-5 Rams, bro,
That's what the fans are
just
talking
took
about.
an L. Do you think they are semi-overconfident going into Foxborough? Do you think they know that they're going to have to play? Or do they think it's just an easy dub?
As long as they give it to Williams and Puka, I don't care who wins.
Cooper Cup, bro.
No, screw
Cooper
Cooper
Kupp.
Cup. Puka.
Cup. Give it to Cup,
Yeah, you
baby.
just traded for Puka.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Silly. Oh, yeah. Why did Corey unload his team?
Because Corey's
Dude,
an idiot.
I put that in the chat. I'm like, why you unloading all your Rams players? Maybe
Sad again.
I just
Yeah.
the beating him so bad. Maybe he just went into deep
He just
depression and
crying.
just like
I'm
I'm out of here. I'm done. Jamar Chase on a Thursday puts me 55 points down.
Well, the Browns are going to take on the Saints, and I feel like that one is just going to be a shitty game that no one wants to watch. But the Saints might come
Browns,
away with
shitty.
another victory.
I don't care who wins. Don't
hard
watch
part
that
is
game.
like who do you even play as far as like fantasy wise with squads like this playing against each other?
Njoku and then possibly Kamara are the only people.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
Njoku's a good tight end. And he's the only person that's actually going to catch balls. On
He ain't got no
team.
quarterback.
That's the problem. Yeah,
He still had like 22 points, then 15 points with no quarterback. He's just a big ass dude who's going to catch the ball.
he's a fat target, man.
Yeah.
Not fat and like big bone.
Big.
Here's a great matchup with 7-3 Ravens taking on the 7-2 Steelers. Obviously, this is going to be one that everyone's going to be paying attention to.
Good teams, divisional matchup.
Because because you got this Russ, man. I feel like Russ is going to get shit tossed possibly. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like Russ is going to have a tough time playing against this defense. And as B Weeks was saying, like maybe not
Joe
get
Burrow
this
didn't have a
defense.
problem playing against that defense.
You know, I feel it. I feel it. Burrow's played that defense plenty of times and kind of knows what's up with that squad. We'll see what, we'll see what they come up with. I mean, Ravens are just going to do what the Ravens do. They're just going to be aggressive. They're just going to, try forcing that ball down the field, I feel.
Can you believe that's the Steelers' first divisional game? We're in week 11, and that's going to be the first divisional game. And they got to play 6 divisional games in the next 8 weeks.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
That's really hard because of the being divisional opponents.
Exactly.
Because of that, yeah. I mean, we'll see.
They got to play the Browns twice. So
they're good.
They're
They're looking solid at least
lose
with
both.
where they're at.
That would be hilarious.
So let's just say
come
they
back
had-
in a couple of weeks and it shows
they
that he
had
lost
to-
both of them.
They had to take. I know, right? They had to take a couple games. Say they have like Ravens that they lose, so they go like 7-3, maybe 7-4. They pull 2 more from the Browns, so go up to 9-4. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like they don't really have to beat too difficult of squads in that set of 4, but it's gonna be hard taking it away from the Ravens. That's a tough battle. So we'll see what happens. I feel like whoever's gonna get on top, starting here, has to ride that wave out on top.
Yep.
And if they're gonna take that division, Vikings, Titans. Didn't we see this shit again? Didn't we just see this?
Oh, they just played the Jags.
Oh yeah, another shitty team. Like I said, Tony Pollard, just run the ball, please. I know they got the
Run
Vikings.
the damn ball.
Run the ball. Just run
Fucking
the
Sin
ball.
gave
I
me
don't see this.
points.
I don't see this ending
Yeah.
up being a Titans win. But man, if the Titans come through with a victory on
There's no
the
way.
Vikings, I think that'd be wild. They are at home. You don't know.
No.
This is what I'm looking forward to. The Jets Colts.
God, what an ass of a game.
It is so funny because this was supposed to be originally on the schedule. This was going to be the Sunday night football, and it got
Flexed.
unflexed because both teams suck so much. NFL was like, "We ain't gonna do this to America."
They said Joe Flacid versus Aaron Washed Up Rodgers.
For the last time they played each other, it was in 2013. Peyton Manning still had 2 years on his contract for the Colts.
Holy Lord. That's the last time Jets Colts played?
No, Flacco
Oh.
versus
Oh,
Rodgers.
Flacco. Jeez. That's hilarious.
High school students.
Man.
Pretty sure that was the year that Flacco won the Super Bowl too.
Well, let's be honest. If the Colts walk
Or something
away
like
with
that.
an L, then obviously you know that the Colts are worse than the Jets.
I don't care.
And B weeks doesn't matter. Okay.
Watch Aaron Rodgers go for like 400 yards on that
Probably
defense.
will. I mean, our defense has been looking good though. It's probably going to be like a 12-9 game, and everyone just crying.
I could see that.
It wouldn't be the first
Just
for the
because
Jets.
because apparently no one can just put up an offense. Yeah, that'd be wild. Not that the defense would play good, but
Quick fun fact about the Colts. And I'll make it very quick. 16 carries, 105 yards last week in the first half for JT. Guess how many carries he had in the second half? All together in the second half.
2.
5. 7 yards.
Gotta
Gotta love our coach.
have a balanced offense. It's called having a balanced offense.
Yeah, there is legitimacy to that, but when you ride the hot hand, and when the hot hand is JT, you don't go away from that until it stops working, if it even does.
It doesn't stop working with JT.
Yeah, I don't
So
really know
I
how
don't know
that.
why you.
I would love to try to break down how that play call should like end up and why they start off with like all the runs and then try to move into what a play action or just like getting something different in the mix. And it's like, if you guys just run the ball, I guess you guys could probably get somewhere.
Flacco in play action. Oh, it's picked again.
Flacco, yeah, it's
Flacco.
he's a pocket passer, but like don't make him do too much. I guess just
Don't make him be a
say your
quarterback
routes.
anymore. Just retire.
We're not there yet, but
Put
we are.
AR in.
But we are watching Kirky. Kirky's playing against Kirk's old ass playing against Bo Nick's young ass.
I feel like this is gonna be kind of a gross game.
Yeah, going back and forth, or just like no one scoring type of gross. Because like I
Yeah,
still love me some Drake
elaborate
London,
on the
but
type of gross it's gonna
I
be.
mean, Broncos have a really good secondary, like really good. So we all know Kirk loves to throw it like 50 times a game. So if
yeah,
they take that away, it might get real ugly real quick for the Falcons. But as long as they give it to Darnell Mooney like 20 times, I'll be happy. We'll see.
You
We'll
must have
see.
Darnell
we'll
Mooney.
see.
Is that?
You have Darnell Mooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you
This is the best.
do.
49ers, Seahawks. Seahawks are coming to the Niners.
Damn, you
Ow.
guys just played like 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
That's a quick turnaround.
yeah, I know. Niners won that one. So we'll see what happens. If the Niners win this one, they're going to look a lot better in the standings for NFC West. I mean, obviously Riyad's staring at me with that face thinking
I was waiting for him to say something.
he
What
knows
can I
what's up.
say?
He's afraid. The only thing I could say is that it's a divisional matchup, right? I mean,
That's what I'm thinking. Anything can happen. In
anything
divisional
can happen
matchup.
in CMC came back into the fold. So obviously Riyadh knows what it was like playing against the Niners at Lumen Field, and now you have CMC. Niners are at home. Man, who everyone's okay on the Seahawks, right? You don't have
Metcalf
CMC.
is healthy again.
Yeah, is he back?
I've
I
checked
didn't
out
see
these
him, but
past 3 weeks.
Nice.
So
Good to hear.
I'm starting to, I'm like I'm getting to your point. I'm not quite that at that point, but like with the way they've been playing, I've
I mean, you're still within. I mean, I guess technically we are too, but yeah.
yeah, it's
you,
it's
you know what I mean.
really
It's just
it's
it's
really
just
there.
not good football. It's
I know, but the tough
and
part is you're gonna watch your team walk into the playoffs not ready to be a playoff team. That's the tough part, right? So it's like,
That's basically the last 2 times we've made the playoffs.
saying, let's go lose.
Let's go lose in the first round of the playoffs. Yay. Just
I
like
don't
the
know.
Cowboys.
It should be a fun game to watch. Obviously, me and Riyadh are gonna try to get together for that one, so that'll be fun. Chiefs Bills.
That's a game.
That's the game. The 9-0 Chiefs take on the 8-2 Bills. Can the Bills do it? Can the
Chiefs going
Bills
10-0.
put?
Most
Oh,
likely. I mean, Allen hasn't been looking good the last like 2-3 weeks, to be honest.
you're not wrong.
He threw 2 picks against the Colts, and we sacked him like 4 times.
But do you think this is their time? I mean, they're going to be playing at home. They're going to have the Chiefs Kingdom. They're going to try
They
to
better pray it
rally.
snows.
Oh, that would be wild. I don't think it would stop the Chiefs from winning, but that
Yeah,
would
it's
be
not
wild.
Miami. They're not playing Miami.
Yeah, they're like, I'm ready. Said, bring down the
Snow
snow.
and wind. Why don't you bring the wind? Make this a game interesting.
Yeah,
Just like
it's
in Buffalo.
blizzard, man.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah, let's go
Okay.
crazy. Bengals at Chargers. Oh, that should be nice. Bengals get to play in a nice little stadium and
Yeah.
probably kick the crap out of the Chargers. Hopefully, if not, just Joey go off. That's all I'm hoping. Go.
Chargers might pull it off. Who knows?
Oh yeah, it's really
Hardball
interesting to
defense.
see. Yes, yes, it is that hardball D.
God, does Michigan miss him this year?
I was
Dear
literally
Lord.
thinking about how sad it is for the Michigan team to.
I mean, what they lost like what 16 players to the NFL last year, all the seniors and juniors. So
Yeah.
it's not just him. Half their team left.
Not wrong, yeah. Well, they had to move up, man. We actually have some buys going. We have Cardinals, Panthers, Giants, Bucks.
Yes.
No, Bob's too sweet. We're using his space and he's just being quiet for us. We appreciate you, Bob. Guys, Cardinals, they're not playing. Anyone on the Cardinals you got? Got to put them on the bench. Panthers, you might not have that many players.
I was about to say you don't want any player. Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, I know. Giants, two, we got to put on the bench. And the Bucks. Well, I would say there's three, but two of them got injured, so
Yeah, not
maybe
anymore.
one now, and Baker's got to sit on the bench. But don't forget to move your guys over to the bench. Don't forget to make those changes just in case you do have some of those players. Obviously, you're gonna need to fill that spot with some members from the waiver wire. Maybe have some from your little bench. But if not, you definitely don't want to play anyone from the Cowboys because they're going to be
Waiver wire
playing the
pickup.
Texans. So,
Texans defense.
oh wow, waiver wire pickup Texans defense. Yeah,
The next
Cow-
3 weeks. Was it? They're playing the Cowboys, Titans, and then Jags. That's
wow.
I would
games.
second that comment because I had the Eagles defense this past week
Yeah.
and I put up 20 points as a defense.
Oh,
So
wow.
Those got me 21 against the Colts.
So don't forget to check up those matchups, guys, so that way you know what's going on. Especially, yeah, because some D's, man, some D's just be getting you negative points. Some D's be getting you 20 points. Like that. That is a difference. That is
Them
a
D's be
difference maker.
Dean.
Man, those D's be working hard for you.
Mm.
Well, that about wraps it up. We do have our week 7 that I did not week 8
So
actually
we
that I
haven't
did
done
not
that in so
finish
long.
with. I know. Right now I'm up 1 on B weeks and
Boo.
I know he's tragically sad about it.
Boo.
We'll have to remap our team out a little bit later this week and bring you guys back up to speed with coming through with week 11. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next Tuesday. But not even next Tuesday. We might even see you guys on Sunday if we decide to go live, with the 49ers game. We did the second half. We talked about it. We were running through red zone. It was fun. We wish B Weeks would have been able to join us or Edgar.
I
But
was
we'll
unbelievably drunk.
I was a Colts fan.
It was the day after my birthday. What do you expect?
it makes sense, yeah. Well, you guys, any last words you'd like to tell our folks?
Go team. Go sports.
Dang football!
This is my daughter. She loves sports.
My daughter, she does sports. She's actually 7. We don't like to tell her that she's actually 9.
Yes.
She's on the big girl squad.
Oh.
I'm just messing with you guys. You guys have a fantastic night, and we will see you guys next Tuesday.